Okay, two things you really don't want to do are remind somebody of a difficult past and also lie to a donkey driver. Greetings, seekers. It is I, your friendly neighborhood rabbi, and I am here because I care about your experience of meaning in your life and whether you have enough joy, enough human connection, and you feel like you're accomplishing some personal growth. And I made this video because I know a lot of people feel out of control of the economy, out of control of the political climate, and they just feel buffeted by the winds. And the best thing you can do to deal with that feeling is to take control over those things in your life over which you can exercise some control. You can't control the economy. Beyond voting and activism, you can't control the political environment of the whole country. But what you can control is your own behavior and your own speech. A very important aspect of Jewish ethics is how we talk about other people and how we talk to people. And a big no-no is talking to people in a way that either embarrasses them or misleads them. Doing something like this is called onat devarim. It means wronging somebody with your words. And it gets into this in the Mishnah and the Talmud. It says you shouldn't remind somebody of their bad behavior in the past if they've made amends and have changed as a person. You shouldn't embarrass people in public, and you shouldn't say something that is intentionally misleading, even if you don't think it's really going to hurt them, just to get them out of your hair. An example given in our sources is that you shouldn't say to a donkey driver, which is sort of the ancient equivalent of a short haul trucker, that so-and-so has a load of hay to carry, if in fact you know that that person doesn't, just because you want to get this guy off your property and you say, don't bother me, go bother him over there. A further extension of this is the Talmud says that you shouldn't go into a store and ask the price of something if you have no intention of buying it. This is in the days where all shops were mom and pop, and the person who's selling it, that's his livelihood. And if he thinks you're interested, he's going to spend time on making the sale that he could be spending with a customer that's actually interested. And by nosing around and asking the prices of things, you're actually misleading him about your intention to buy. The modern equivalent of this is going into Best Buy to play with a camera that you're interested in, even if you know for a fact that you can get a better price at Amazon and that's where you're going to go. You're just at Best Buy to play with the camera and waste the staff's time. Perfectly reasonable to ask the price of something and look around, and if somebody else has a better price, to buy it there, but you shouldn't waste somebody's time if you have no intention of doing business with them. Another modern example of this is if somebody is looking for a job and they get a call for an interview, but they know they wouldn't actually take that job, but then they go interview for practice. That's actually wasting the company's time that's interviewing you. But I think more than this kind of time-wasting misleading is the more grievous instance of embarrassing somebody in public. The rabbis in the Talmud say that two of the most grievous sins that you can commit is embarrassing somebody in public and calling them by a bad name or spreading a bad name about them. And some Talmud smarty pants ask, well, wait, isn't that the same thing? Aha! The rabbis in the text come back and say no, because it's possible to call somebody a bad name and not embarrass them because they're used to it. So in part, embarrassing somebody is a sin in its own right. The rabbis say that this is even as bad as the sin of spilling blood, because when you embarrass somebody, their face may turn white or their face may turn red. Your words cause the blood to move someplace else in their body, and that's why they say embarrassing somebody is like spilling blood. But embarrassing somebody in a way that spreads a bad name about them, even if they're used to it, like that kid you called Stinky back in school. Maybe you were that kid. Welcome to the channel, Stinky. Proud to know you. I just did it. Even if somebody's used to being humiliated, it doesn't make it right. And you can rise above that by taking responsibility for those things in your life which are in your control. Raise the level of your speaking so that not only do you not speak badly about people who aren't around, but you don't speak badly to people in the room, because the sages of our tradition and this particular teacher today considers this one of the most hurtful things you can do to somebody is embarrassing them in public. So if you could rise above that, make that distinction in your life, you will overall raise the level of your experience of life, your experience of meaning, your experience of joy, your capacity for human connection when you honor other individuals, and it'll foster your own personal growth. Seeker, thanks so much for watching this video. If you got anything out of it at all, I highly encourage you to mash me on the face. That is, click the picture of my face so that you can subscribe to this channel. Make sure we get to keep learning together. Check out some of the other videos I have here. And if you're really interested in this topic and you want to download a guide to accelerate your growth in this area of distinction, click on the download that I provided. And I really look forward to learning more about this with you. Till next time, Seeker, peace.